the Hennessy Performance League booth. It is the Truck Series tonight in Richmond, Virginia. With me is a Cup driver. Almost forgot. Just remembered he made the move up to Cup. It is Slick NASCAR. Slick, say hello.
Hello. Very excited to be here once again, calling another Hennessy Truckers.
Yeah, I agree. I have not. This is my first time in the truck booth, but I've been race control for pretty much every single race this season, so I've been watching every race and seeing how the Truck Series has carried on as we've now reached the halfway point, or past the halfway point. So now we had our Easter off week, so now we move on to these next 5 weeks. Richmond, Road America, Charlotte, Pocono, and then Talladega to end off the regular season.
Yeah, this is a very interesting last 5 races. And first of all, I want to say, hope everyone had a good break from Hennessy last week and a good Easter. But glad to be back this week after the week off.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people were mixed opinions on how they felt about the off week, but we're back, and now we have 10 straight weeks from April 12th, which is today's date, all the way to June 14th, which in 2 months we will crown a Season 6 Truck Series champion. I believe they have just now started qualifying at Richmond, and just getting into the main points in the truck standings. Shake and Bake leads the points by 30 to Logan Aim, and in third place we have Sikkim, but Sikkim has a suspension for the next 3 weeks, so the next time we will see the 23 truck is for Pocono. Luckily for him, he has that win at Sonoma, the last road course they went to. So as long as there isn't 3 different winners in these next 3 races below the cut line, I think he'll still be in on points.
Yeah, so tough break for Sikkim getting suspended for 3 races, but yeah, that win at Sonoma, which was very dominant, it really helped him gain a lot of points, and now he's sitting third. Probably will fall a little bit being suspended, but look, when he comes back, he'll be looking to finish out this regular season strong.
Yeah, he sits 110 points above the cut line, but I assume at least more than a few drivers will pass him, and then he will be towards 8th or 9th, maybe even 10th in points. So I believe they just now finished up qualifying. I believe we only have one hot seat driver in the field tonight, and that is Big Jim. Big Jim, yeah, Big Jim, a Virginia native, really loves these shorter tracks, Richmond, Bristol, Martinsville, so I expect him to be in the mix here tonight.
I can agree with you on that. I mean, we've seen these last couple weeks, these hot seat guys from Cup, Xfinity, have been able to run with these truck guys up here, and I think Jim will be a contender by the end of this race.
Yeah, I agree. If you look at the standings and the win total, I believe there are only 4 drivers that have a win that are in the series. Captain Jack has 2 wins, but he won his first race at Atlanta as a hot seat, so technically that win doesn't do anything for him to lock himself in. But winning last week at Texas really helped him out a lot. But Shake won at Auto Club. Sikkim, obviously, as we just said, got the win at Sonoma, and then Small NASCAR got the win at Eldora a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we've had not a lot of winners in the truck series, but the last couple of weeks we've seen the full-time truck guys get wins like Sikkim. So it'll be very interesting to see how these guys are going to handle Richmond.
Yeah, I believe we just got word that not Slick, you're in the booth. Big Jim, the guy we just talked about, is on pole for tonight's race. With
I'm honestly probably not surprised by that, being a Virginia native, and he knows, you could say knows the track. So Big Jim on pole.
yeah, Big Jim on pole, Logan Ames second, Shake and Bake third, then Marner in fourth. A few of the top guys that have been in the top few spots the past few weeks.
Yeah, because I believe we got an invite. I don't know if we're good to go yet. We'll find out here.
Yeah, I do have Jim's stream up. If you want to watch that as well with lap count.
Yeah, and we thank the guys for giving us a lap counter so we can keep track of stages, because it makes it easier on us broadcasters up here.
So Slick, now that we have a little downtime, who's your pick to win tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with two picks here. You know, obviously, I think probably the most safe pick would be the points leader Shake. I mean, every race you see him up front most of the time, either winning or getting a second, third, fourth, or fifth. So I'm gonna go with Shake as my first pick, and then my second pick, I'm gonna go with the hot seat of Jim. I think Jim will have a really nice race tonight, come down from the Xfinity series and show these truck guys that he is why he likes racing Richmond, his home track.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Marner. Marner had a solid run last week. I believe he won a stage at Texas, but lagged out in the final stage. So I think I'm looking for him to bounce back tonight.
That is a very nice pick. I mean, we've seen the GMS trucks be super fast.
We can join.
Pick, and Moose has given us the good to join. Should be an interesting race.
Yeah.
Richmond got 112 laps.
I agree. Small NASCAR Captain Jack. Race 11 in our season. After this race, we'll have 4 races remaining left to clinch their spot into
Here they go to the
playoff.
green. Jim and Logan lead them. We have green at Richmond as they go into turn 1.
Yeah, Jim's goal right now, I believe they have to save in this first stage, but I don't think they have to save as much because Richmond is naturally a track where you save more just naturally as the run goes on. So Jim leads lap 1, Shake P2 after starting on the bottom, and then Logan in P3.
Yep, and if we're going back to the whole Jim saving, I believe Jim is on a shifter, so he'll be able to save a little bit more easier than some of these guys that are on controller or don't have the shifter.
Yeah, Jim leads lap 2, already a big gap. Logan already trying to defend off to Marner in the 24. Marner needing this run. Shake misses the bottom again. Here comes Shake or Logan under him for P2.
There's a little bit of a battle back here between a couple cars on a blanket. You got Full of Movement, Dead Dad, the 15, the 99, Small, and the 21 as well.
Looks like Mr. Hex is lagging a little bit in the 99. I don't know if that was just how he moved the car around, or that was like an actual lag spike. Just have to watch that a little bit.
Small underneath the Dead Dad. Trying to get by Dead Dad down there on the bottom. Gonna be a little hard to pass on the bottom at Richmond, but if you can make it work, you can make it work.
Yeah, but Richmond is a shorter track and a lot of braking points needed. So contact might be inevitable.
Indeed. Indeed. As you see, the 17 of Eric's Moose coming back after retiring. Back in that 17 truck. Good to see him back in the truck series.
Yeah, was top 5 in points, but with our rule of halving your points, he now moves to, I believe, about 15th or 16th. So that top 5 in points, now he's going to need a win to get into the playoffs. And already starting off bad, as he looks like he's going to let the 44 go. Looks like him and Captain Jack in the 13 are saving a little bit of fuel. Remember, we talked about it. So we're going to get back up front. Jim is the leader. Logan aiming P2. Big gaps already. I believe the 24 and 2 are saving fuel. I don't think.
Wow, Jim has pulled a gap. That is for sure. Is that Marner? That is Marner in third. The GMS truck up into third. Movement behind Shake. He's in fifth right now. A good run for Movement as well early on.
Yeah, 26 laps to go, 21 laps of fuel. So if you're going to save, you're going to have to kind of really back off this pace.
Yeah, if you go another lap, you're probably not going to be able to save enough. So I would, if I'm the guys, I would probably start saving now.
Yeah, if you're going to make it, I don't know if Jim's really picked up on the strategy yet, but if you're going to make it, but he also has a big enough gap to where he can throw the car or throw the truck into neutral and just really coast. He has about I'd say a 2-second lead, maybe even more, as Logan hits the wall for P2.
The 38 and the 15 teammates in the RFK stable battling. The 38 and 15 of Vizzy and Nate.
I definitely think someone will make it on fuel and really shake this race upside down and really put a lot of guys 1, maybe even 2 laps down as well.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the Dover Cup race, only like the top 4 lapped everybody, and it was basically 5 cars for the whole stage 2 for the most part. So we could see that again here at Richmond in the trucks.
A lot of battling for position. We're going to get on board with the 21 truck. That is Basketball Players, the new driver, and running, I believe he's running 7th, so well inside the top 10. Good run for him on his debut.
Good run for the 21. Yeah, I believe he recently just got signed a couple of days ago, so good showing for the 21 of Basketball Player, making a good first impression.
Yeah, there are 20 laps to go in stage number 1. Jim is still short on fuel, so I don't know if he thinks he can make it. I don't think he can make it. But at the rate he's going, he might be able to. If this was a really long stage, maybe 50, 60, 70 laps, he could have probably lapped the field, because he's already about 4 seconds ahead of Logan. But we don't know if this is just strategy, because I think Captain Deaddat's trying to save a little fuel. Marner's really backed off. Shake, very unusual of Shake to be this far behind, but I think there's still some strategy. I know Captain Jack is in the same party as the GMS trucks, so maybe we'll see how this cycles out in about 10 to 15 laps.
Yeah, I mean, Joker, if you're in this situation, being Jim right now, do you just go for it and run out, or do you at least try to save?
Well, as a hot seat, your goal is to win the race, right? So you're going to try and do whatever you can to do that. So he probably didn't even do any practice laps here tonight. So if I'm him, kind of just understand and realize what's happening in the race right now. He has 13 laps of fuel, coming down to 12, and he still, I believe, has 16 laps to go in the race. So he's 4 laps short, and I best believe there's guys, Shake, as we talked about, Marner, are in a better spot than him, trying to save that fuel and try and really flip this race.
Yes, that is a good point. Is like Shake, Marner, all these guys kind of back here should be saving. Like Movement's probably saving a little bit as well, being behind the 2 truck of Shake.
Yeah, and if you're Jim, your goal is just to push, because I believe he's probably made his bed too far to where he can try and save it back. But if you're Jim, just try and push as really hard as you can. As you can see, if you go towards the back half of the field, Satsak's on the back straightaway, and if you go on board with Jim, he's basically a straightaway behind already. So, and it looks like Jim's starting to put her in neutral now, just throwing the car, coasting the car in the middle of the corner, trying to save as much gas as he can.
Yeah, Logan is behind, but I believe he's also saving as well. As he's about, at least from what I can tell, 7-8 seconds behind Jim. There's a little bit of a battle between Movement and Shake. Guess we'll go on board with this battle.
I think Movement's just maintaining his pace, trying to match Shake. He knows they're going to have to make it on fuel, and I think Movement's just trying to stay behind Shake and just match his pace until he knows he can make it on fuel.
Yes. Yeah, this will be very interesting towards the end of this stage to see what guys have saved enough and who will run out at the end of stage 1.
Yeah, let's try and give everyone some sort of spotlight this race, because I know some people say not everyone gets shown in the field. We're on board with Sadsack on a controller tonight, in need of a win, and yeah, he's known for a wheel guy, so he's kind of just in this position where he wants to just survive, get out of here, probably with no penalties, but he's really backed off his pace. I definitely think he's trying to save and get to the finish. But if you can look behind him, probably about 4 seconds behind that, or less than that, that's Jim. So he's gonna have to try and fight if Jim can make it. We don't know. Jim's on 6 laps of fuel for the rest of the stage. I believe the 44 pit of Paul Walker.
You got some guys pitting. You got the 4 of Movement pitting, the 40 of Fluffy, and the 44 of Paul Walker all pitting.
Yeah, Brody gave Paul Walker the opportunity to race here tonight. Believe he didn't even qualify, so Movement coming out on pit road now. I believe he took no tires, just fuel, just to make it to the end.
Very interesting by Movement there. Although I like their strategy. The Movement took no tires. Can gain some track position on some of the other guys if they pit.
But now I believe he's 2 laps down. We don't know where the 87 is in correlation.
I believe Jim is right in front. Oh no, that's the 51. 51 into the wall. Forget the 51 and the 4 have like the exact same paint scheme. So I have to figure out who that is exactly.
The 51 just went a lap down on Jim's stream, so we're gonna get on board with him. He has 3 laps of fuel remaining. He's probably down to 2, so he's definitely gonna have to pit here.
Yes. Who's that behind? That is the 44 trying to get his lap back. I don't know if he's 2 or 1. Guess we'll find out by the end of the stage.
Yeah, Jim's still your leader. Logan in P2, and he looks like he's on pit road now. So Shake's going to move into P2. And it looks like Glizzy has driven, or Captain Dead Dad's in 3rd, and then Glizzy in 4th.
Yep. Logan into the... Got the 20 of Logan into the pits.
Yeah, Jim really's backed off 20% tire. He's going to have to pit. All these guys are going to have to pit this time, because I believe they're coming to 2 laps to go. Yeah, Jim's 2 laps short on fuel, so he's going to have to pit this time. He's signaling down the back straightaway. Logan's coming out. Shake has officially lapped him. Jim on pit road.
Jim is going to pit road. Let's see. See what Jim's going to do here on his pit stop.
Definitely no tires, just a splash of gas, or take 4, kind of limp it around, and then just stay out. I think he will probably be a lap down, so he'll probably get the wave around, but at that point I think you just take 4 and then see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, being a hot seat, you're not necessarily racing for points or anything. You're just trying to prove to these other truck guys that you can come down here, hot seat, and race. So, yeah.
But here's the race right here. Jim, Captain Dead Dad. And I believe the 50, that's the 51. Captain Dead Dad moves Jim for the spot. Shake's coming to the line now to end stage 1. And Shake and Bake's gonna get stage 1, and key to point out Logan aim a lap down.
Lap down for Logan. I think hopefully should be able to get his lap back at some point. Yeah, when it comes to these fuel saving races, a lot of guys towards the more middle back of the pack could go 1 or 2 laps down, just trying to save enough to make it to the end of the stage or the race, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to point out. Good thing Jim did not take 4 tires there, because look, Captain Dead Dad's 15th with the drivers in front of him. 1 lap down, so he's gonna need a rash of yellows to get back in this race.
Shake won the stage, correct?
Yes, Shake won the stage. Glizzy P2, Captain Jack P3, Marner P4, Small NASCAR P5, Nate P6, Basketball Player P7, Mr. Hex P8, Eric's Moose P9, and then Jim in 10th place.
Glizzy with a nice P2 to end the stage. I mean, that 21 truck of Ballbacks, he's had a good run to begin his truck series. 7th place.
I was wondering why they were still delayed, but Satsak is on pit road, so that's going to be an end of the line penalty. I believe he was already back there anyways, but that's why this caution has been delayed a little bit, and they should be back under green.
Go back green here in just a second. Yeah, I don't know if he got forced or pitted or what, but he should be going back green now.
Oh, and I believe he is the leader, so we're gonna have to see what race control does for him. And the 51 will drop down.
That Zach is gonna drop down. Probably the best decision, honestly.
Yeah.
To not, I mean, obviously get a penalty and then kind of screw yourself out of a race.
Yeah, now that he did that, he will not get a penalty, since the in-race penalty is the end of line.
Shake leads. You got to battle for second. Looks like between that is the, if I can get, that is the 02 of Small and the 13 of Jack battling for, oh, they touch a little bit. Marner trying to get into this battle as well, and the 38 as well. Got a little bit of a 3-4 car battle for second.
Yeah, that's the hot, that's not the hot seat. Oh, the 21's on the apron, but that is the featured matchup. P2 and P3 right now, proving why that was a really good choice in a matchup here already.
Yeah, Small is somewhat sticking with Shake here. Just see if Small can give Shake something for the lead.
We know the rivalry between GMS and Young Motorsports, but Young Motorsports down 2 drivers tonight. Terrell not racing, and the Terrace as well with his suspension. So Small really holding the flag for Team Penske here tonight.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by Small these last couple weeks. I think that win at O'Doyle really gave him a lot of momentum these last couple races. He's been running in the top 10, the top 5, and just another solid run from Small.
Yeah, and he has a little run on the 2 truck. 0-2 versus 2. He's going to dip to the inside. Shake's just going to let him go here.
Shake's going to let him go. He clearly sees that Small's the quicker truck at the moment. Not going to try to battle him right now.
Remember, that's a key 2 points for Small as he tries to improve his point standings position. You know, Sikkim is suspended. Trying to get up to, I believe, P3 in points. And
He's got
these extra 2
13
will
of
help.
Jack. He's slowly getting into... He's running third. Slowly trying to get his way up behind Shake and Small.
Yeah, Jack with 2 wins, so he's in a good spot to make it into the playoffs.
See, the top 5 has a gap back to 6th, going back to, I believe that's the 15 of Nate. That is the 15.
Nate is in 6th right now.
Go
Top
back
5
here.
is Small, Shake, Captain Jack, Always Marnes, and then Glizzy.
Got a battle. Oh, contact between the 99 and the 44 back here in the middle of the pack.
Let's get on board with those 2. 99 of Hex, 44 of Paul Walker Super, Captain Dead Dad.
Oh, they made contact again. Dead Dad trying to make it 3 wide into turn 1.
Yeah, 3 wide. Hex is running the wall. That is not a line in Heat 5, maybe in real life, but...
maybe in real life, but Heat 5 physics probably ain't going to let you run the high up.
Yeah, that's just not going to work.
As you see the 17 of Eric's Moose trying to get by the 99 of Hex.
Yeah, I don't know. Small's pulled a little gap, and now the 2 truck is under a little fire from the 13. I know they're in the same party, but Shake just making a lot of mistakes right now, and in a situation where in the final stage, I believe you have to push. You can't do this if you want to try and win this race.
Yeah. As you're back here, you see Jim and Logan trying to race their way back towards the front.
Yeah, let's get on board with Jim.
Jim side by side with Logan down the backstretch. Still side by side. Is he going to try to clear him into 3 and 4? No, they're still somewhat side by side. Jim is now, I believe, finally going to get clear of that 20.
And if you're Shake, if you're Small, your goal, if the last stage is going to be green flag and it's all out, you want Jim to be as far back as possible. You see the gap they already...
the bumper to the 2. My bad to interrupt you there, Joke, but I thought the 13 was about to spin the 2 car there, 2 truck there for a second. He completely whacked the back bumper of Shake, but good safety, Shake.
Yeah, 19 laps to go in stage 2, coming to 18. Jim's still within reach. I believe if he can get to about the 24, which would be 5th, he still has a good shot to win this race. But Shake looks like he's going to let the 13 truck go and see, but yeah, 2 truck lets the 13 truck go, see if he can run down the 02, as they have now reached the about halfway point in stage 2.
Now here comes the 38 and the 24 behind Shake. Oh, Shake got onto the apron, almost took out the 38 with him. Marner gonna take advantage, try to go to the inside of Glizzy.
Remember, Marner needing these points. I believe he's 11th in points, racing the 38 and the 16. So being in front of them always a net gain.
Yeah, Marner last week, or 2 weeks before the break, like you said, Joker, had a good run at Texas and unfortunately lagged out, but had a really quick truck before that, was running in the top 5.
Yeah, so if we get a little update, Jim has 15 laps of fuel remaining and 16 laps to go. So you still have to save a little bit, but not as harsh and not as frequent as you had to do in stage 1, saving 5 to 6 laps.
Marner, you're on the back bumper of Shake trying to get by him. I believe those guys are teammates over there at GMS.
Yeah, Marner was just talking to Shake earlier today, saying he should have had more wins. And Marner should be in a better spot, he said himself, missing 3 races. He's in a spot now where he has to make every single race, at least start it, to make the playoffs.
Yeah, as you see the 87 of Jim slowly working his way back up now, right on the back bumper of the 38, trying to get by the 38. Logan also behind Big Jim as well.
Yeah, Logan and Jim have kind of just marched up through the field together. You know, Logan started outside of the top 10. Jim started in 10th, and both have gained 4 positions on this restart.
Honestly, if I'm Logan, I would probably just follow that 87 truck and just go where he goes, and you can get both of you into the top 5. I'm gonna go on board with Jim. I'm gonna go Hood King. Oh, Glizzy. Oh, sent it in on the Marner. Almost collided with him. Jim's gonna go into the inside of the 38. Let's see if he can pass him. He's gonna pass him into turn 1. Logan trying to get underneath. Logan can't quite get underneath him. Meanwhile, back to the front, you got Small. Jack has cut the gap a little bit. I don't know if Jack will have enough time to catch Small, though, but we will find out.
Yeah, Jim has 10 laps of fuel remaining, and they're on 10 laps to go. So now everyone should be all but good to go from now on. So let's see if Shake, who it looks like was saving most of that run, if that was just the lack of pace from the two, or was he saving stuff for this last 10 lap sprint?
Yeah, I think Shake has definitely picked up the pace, because a couple laps ago he was running second, third, fell back to about 5th, but now seems to be back on pace. Because I think he was just trying to save a little bit in case he was just a tiny bit short.
Yeah, but I love how this stage a little bit more competitive. And I think stage 1 was just because everyone was saving and Jim wasn't. Same with Logan, and you see how that really affected them towards the end, where Jim got 1 stage point and Logan didn't even get any, while his championship rival Shake got 10. So, and crucially, that extra playoff point.
Yeah, winning the stage, Shake, so he's gonna get that extra playoff point. Yeah, you're gonna get some races here. Well, you don't have to save fuel, and you have to save fuel, and yeah. Marner trying to get to the inside of Shake. Is Jim gonna follow the 24? Let's see.
I don't know how hard Marner's gonna try and fight this, but if you look up front from on board the 87, the 13 has caught.
Oh yeah, let's get to that battle. That battle looks like Jack has reeled in Small. Here comes Jack, almost to the inside. He's gonna be right on the back bumper. Small, almost good job of keeping it off the wall there. Jack does already have 2 wins. I believe his last one came at Texas in an overtime finish, which was a very exciting OT finish. So Jack is in a good spot right now.
Yeah, and Small looks like just kind of was really good on the short run, but now Jack's not going to appreciate that chop from the 02. Small was really good on that short run, but now the long run's coming in, and it looks like the advantage is to the 13 here. Coming up 4 laps to go.
You can see that Jack is really wanting to get by that 02.
Excuse me, 3 laps to go. They're coming to 2 right here, so this will officially close pit lane. We're going to look back behind Jack just to get an update. Jim has passed the 2. Marner P3, big points, good points for him.
Small got on the apron. Jack's going to now get a little bit closer. Jack's going to...
That 02 is just loose.
That 02 is loose. You can definitely tell.
Contact!
Jack! Maybe a little payback. I don't know if Jack did that intentionally or not, but Jack's going to now take the lead. With what, 1 to go? We got 1 to go.
Last lap, stage 2. Jack misses the corner, though. If Small can get a good run, he's going to be there.
Oh, Jim into the wall behind Marner. Is Small going to try something? He's not gonna have enough. Jack's gonna looks like he's gonna win the stage, and he is gonna win the stage.
Yeah, look at, you see behind them, Marner was right behind him. Same with Jim. So I believe it's anyone's race.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Joker. I mean, like you said earlier, if you're smaller, Shake, you probably don't want to see that 87 behind you or in front of you, but it seems to be anybody's race, so we will see what happens in this last stage. Good stage one from Jack, though. That 02 is definitely, I'm pretty sure he has a short run car.
Yeah, do you want to adjust your pick to win the race, or do you think you're staying with it?
I think I'm still confident that she can hopefully get up there, but I'm actually gonna change one of my picks to Marner. He's been up there all race. I'm gonna go with Marner to go pull this off.
The 51 lagged out, and this changes up the field dramatically because all those guys that were on the inside now move to the outside. Marner P3 in the stage, Shake P5. Now they're on the outside, and now they're at risk of losing positions.
Marner.
Big lag. Shake is lagging.
Oh, if you're Shake, you don't want to hear that you're lagging right now, running in the top 5.
Jim's gonna try and make it 3 wide. This is a race win. Jack's gonna back out of it.
Marner up into second. There goes that 24 truck.
Oh, Small hit the wall.
People have been a lot all week have been putting that 24 truck in their top 5, and so far he is proving why they put him in the top 5.
Battle for 5th, Logan Glizzy. That's the battle for P5 and 6 right now.
Jim now trying to get right on that back bumper of the 24th Marner. Let's go on board with Jim here if we can get to him. There we go. Riding on the front hood of that 87 machine.
And how patient are you if you're Jim, really wanting this race to win, but also at the same time knowing that I believe this is a straightforward race?
Oh, Marner, I think overdrove the corner just a little bit, and Jim's gonna get to the inside. At least try to get to the inside heading into 3 and 4. Not quite gonna get it to go.
But yeah, Shake just... Yeah.
The top 3 have kind of poured a gap between Shake and the rest of the pack.
Yeah, just... Shake was a lap away from winning this race last year when he lost to AK, and just not really showing that top 3 pace. Small, really good showing here from him tonight, and then Marner needing a win. Him winning would pretty much shake up the field, knowing that Terrell, who missed the race, Secure the Perks, who also missed the race, would really shake up that field towards the 6th, 7th, 8th place in points.
Yeah, you look at a guy like Dead Dad too. I'm pretty sure he's just right above Marner as well. So Marner wins. It could bump Dead Dad right on the cut line or below the cut line.
I think Shake is saving here. I told him the strategy in stage 1, so I don't really understand the call here, because he has to go about 39 laps on this fuel run, so he probably had to go about save 10 laps of fuel. So I don't really understand this.
It's not a bad strategy, but I mean, maybe not this early into the run. Maybe a little later you can make it work, but Jim to the inside of Small. Here comes the 87 for the lead. Jim is gonna go back to the point here at Richmond.
Yeah,
that pulls Marner back into the mix as well.
Yeah, and now that was the attack. Now what's the defense? What can the 02 do to keep up with him. Same with the
Yeah,
24.
and you see Logan back there in P4. He has worked his way back after going a lap down and starting in the back at the end of the at the start of the last stage, and he's worked his way back into the top 4. We had a battle back here between that is
Yeah, Nate dipping under Captain Dead Dad. A little contact out of the 15.
oh, little contact.
Very impressed with these truck drivers, though.
I agree. Being trucks.
Oh, big block by the 16.
Oh, big block by the 16. Almost.
And he's going to send it back into the 15. A little contact. That's going to move the 15 up the racetrack.
I got to give credit to these.
Oh, he's going to take him out.
The 15.
Oh, what in the...
They saved the... Oh, unbelievable.
RFK versus JGR. I don't know what... I definitely thought that 15 was going to Ryan Preece,
the 15
Kyle Larson.
Probably doesn't appreciate that.
Yeah, we're going to see that after the race. Hex is on pit road, probably just knocking out his stop.
That was unbelievable. I thought the 15 was going to go spinning into the wall right there.
Yeah, I want to know what's going to happen when the 15 gets back to the 16. Maybe this saving from Shake is going to bite him because he's going to be really far behind.
You got JGR, the 16 and the 4 versus RFK in the 38 and the 15. Nate is trying to get underneath the 38, not quite going to get there. As you see the 44 slowly trying to get his way into the mix.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of strategy going on between the 2, the 17, and the 21. I think they're all trying to just, if you just, let's ride on board with the 21 this next time by with no commentary and just listen to him save fuel. As you can hear from that lap, he's definitely trying to save, and I assume the 17 is as well as the 2. So a little strategy, and if you're Moose, if you're the 21, you need a win anyway. So if you know you weren't going to do it on pace and it didn't seem like they had the overall pace to go get up there and win it, try something different. You know, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, like we saw at Texas, you saw some guys when we had that late caution with about 8.5 to go. Some guys stayed out and it ended up working out for them. So they get a late caution, guys like Moose, the 21, and like Shake and all of them, they can get up in the front and try to get a win.
Yeah, and another person who's really good at saving, Captain Jack, he's way off the pace. He's not even on board, not even near the 21 and the 17 that we talked about. Jim's coming up to lap him now, and Hex is a lap down trying to get under the 02.
Yeah, Jim has pulled a gap from, I believe, second place is Marner. Yeah, Marner.
And if you're Hex in this situation, like, you just gotta feel, because you're on 4 fresh tires, but these guys are also racing for position in front of you, so it's a really tough box for him to be in.
Jack goes a lap down to Jim. See if Jack can get his lap back.
Yeah, but Jack's trying to make it on no tire, or just trying to no stop it. Jim's gonna have to 1 stop it. He has 9 laps of fuel remaining. There's 17 laps to go in this race, so in my opinion, I would pit now if I'm him, as you see Jack getting lapped by the 24 and the 02, just to see what the natural gap is. And if you're Jim, if you're Marner, if you're small, you try and be on pit lane for as little as you can. So I think in this situation you take 2.
I would agree. If I'm Jim, the leaders, I would probably just take a can to where you can make it to the end, and 2 tires to not risk if you take 4 to either lose the lead or go a lap down.
Yeah, if you take 4, the tire fall off isn't like a second or 2 seconds to where it's gonna matter. So take 2, just try and be the short closest to them on track with a pit stop and just see where it goes. But with how slow the 13 is going, Jim is... Let's try and get on board with him. Jim's already in turn 1. The 13, it's on the front stretch. So he's really backed off. And at this point, it might be advantage of Jim.
Yeah, Jack is really trying to really save, but I don't... It'll be interesting to see if it works. I don't think it'll work, and Jim will probably end up winning this strategy.
Yeah, it's a battle if you can make it, and a battle of who can't make it. I believe there's 4 drivers on that strategy, the 2, the 21, the 17, and the 13, and then it's basically versus the 87. Because Marner is roughly, he's a full corner behind, so definitely about 3-4 seconds maybe.
Yeah, and then you got Small and Logan behind him as well, so it'll be interesting to see if any of them behind Jim take some sort of strategy and try to get in front of him. But I think if you're just the top 4, you'd probably just take a can of gas and 2 tires.
Jim is pitting.
And Jim is going to bring it down pretty well. Let's see if Marner and any of them follow as well.
I just match them. Unless you're Marner, you stay out, get the lap led, and it looks like Marner's going to pit as well.
Marner's going to pit. Small's going to regain the lead for now.
I believe Marner got his lap led, though, but I don't know. If I was him, I would have taken that extra lap just to take the...
Small, Logan are signaling, the 16... The 4, the 44, they're all coming down pit road. We're going to go on board with Jim to see if when he exactly passes.
Jim took 2 tires, like we said, he's already coming out, so now we're just going to see, and it looks like Marner took no tires because he's right behind the 87. We're going to see if he's ahead of, as the 15 is the leader. We're trying to see where the 13 is in correlation.
Wow, what a strategy call from Marner. I'm curious to see if this will actually work, because before the pit cycle, he was like 5 or 6 seconds behind Jim.
Yeah, 15 still is the leader. I believe they're on 8 to go. And Jim's in 4th place. And Jim... Oh! Marner, or Movement and Captain Dead Dad, they were connected. But yeah, Shake's the leader now. Shake is the leader.
Let's see if this can work for Shake.
He's stuck to this now. Jim's probably about 19 seconds behind.
Is Jack still a lap down, or is he right behind Shake?
I don't know, actually. Because I feel like Jack was really far behind him for this to be for position. Because remember, he got lapped. Shake never got lapped, so I believe this is...
yeah, I think Jack is still a lap down. I'm pretty sure he's still a lap down.
If you're Shake, if you're Jack, Jim's up to P3. I don't know who's in 2nd place. I wish he would go over to his fuel. But Shake is the leader.
Oh, the 38. Oh, God, they are racing...
4 laps to go, or 6 laps to go, excuse me. Jim is short on fuel.
Oh, Jim's not going to make it.
Jim's a lap short on fuel.
I mean, Jim can save a lap being a shifter. He can shift into neutral, but it'll be close.
I would love to know who is in 2nd place.
Oh, the 4 into the wall. Movement into the wall.
Movement's in the wall.
I could not tell you who's in 2nd place. It'd be really nice if we had a leaderboard on above.
Yeah, Moose is in 11th, Dead Dad's in 12th, so they're no help to me. I'm going to assume the 21's in second, maybe? Because the 2 just passed. The 13 just passed the 2, and that didn't switch them to the lead.
It might be the 21. On it, Joke, you may be right. It might be the 21, actually.
Yeah, I don't know who's in second, but I know Jim's in third. He just crossed the line now. 3 laps to go. So Shake's coming to 2.
Moose could be in second for all I know, because
Moose
he's behind
is
the
not
21.
in second. I believe it's the 21.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How about
the 21's in second?
How about the 21?
He needs a win as well to get into the playoffs. Shake.
Oh, Moose into the wall behind the 21.
Shake is on the last lap. He is going so slow. I think that they're out. He's crawling. Jim's probably about 10 seconds behind.
Shake is out. Can he make it? Oh, he's wiggling.
Shake down the back straightaway for the final time into 3 and 4, and it looks like he's gonna do it.
Shake's gonna do it.
Fuel saving win number 2. Shake comes across the line in first. We're gonna try and see who came in second. Is the 21 in second, and Jim came home in third. Marner P4. It looks like Nate. What an incredible drive for him. P5. But
wow, what a gutsy call by Shake. That was actually what a gutsy call.
yeah, I definitely didn't expect that.
We were thinking here earlier in the stage that he wasn't gonna make it, but he.
Yeah, I'm going to invite Shake, Jim, and Baxball in his debut. I invited Shake. I invited Jim. They cannot hear you because I'm trying to get all these guys in. But yeah, I mean, I guess shout out to, what's his name, basketball player. Shout out to Shake on getting this done. It looks like small NASCAR. I don't know. Jim probably got fastest lap.
No, I believe Jim got fastest lap.
You gotta feel for Jim there. I definitely didn't expect that from Shake, but we're not gonna sit here and wait all day. So if he's gonna join, then he needs to. There you go.
There's the race winner, Shake.
Get it together.
Yeah, I told you to get it together and didn't expect the saving to happen.
Me and Joker were sitting up here in the booth saying, I don't think Shake's gonna be able to save this. And you ended up doing it.
You said we needed a win, so I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, definitely didn't expect that. But yeah, just talk us through that. Especially, I know that's not how you want to run a race, but in a situation where you're given the opportunity, how do you feel?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I got one win earlier in the season at Auto Club, and then it's been a really long time since I got a win. So it's good to get back in victory lane. Not the way I wanted to do it, but you know, when the opportunity's there, I'm gonna take it. I know everybody doesn't like it, but I mean, it's racing, I guess. So it's good to get a win, and we'll move on.
Yeah, now with win number 2, gaining 6 playoff points, how does this benefit you for Road America or even the playoff push next week?
Yeah, it's nice, especially those playoff points and just points in general. It gives me a better buffer because I think I'm going to miss an upcoming race. But, yeah, it's definitely good. Gives me some confidence going in the Road America. A little closer to the what is it? The regular season championship. So hopefully we can get that. But yeah, we'll move on to Road America. Pretty good there, so should be a fun one.
Yeah, we're not going to hold you long. I believe we ended right at 9:30, which is perfect for masopes. But Bax ball, is your voice shared? Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect a P2 out of you in your first run. Just talk us through that final stage strategy, because I definitely said in our team chat that 2 tires, what Jim did was going to be the call. So just talk us through what made you guys think of this strategy. Yeah, your voice wasn't shared on the stream, so I'm gonna summarize what he said. He didn't expect it. He wanted to run clean as his debut, and he's glad to get a good run for the team. That's basically what he said. But yeah, Slick, do you have anything for our top 2?
No, not really. I mean, I didn't really expect the 21 to get a top 2. Me and Joker were sitting here trying to figure out who the second place dude was with like 5 to go, and we finally figured it out, and it ended up being the 21. So, but anyway, congrats on the win, Shake, and congrats on your P2. I forget whatever. Yeah, 21 driving. There you go.
Bax.
Yeah, Bax, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, Road America next week, road course. Marner, the GMS teammate, has been really circling that race with Sikkim not in the race. But I know Nate's really good at road courses. Movement's thrown his name in that hat as well. Same was Logan Aim as well with his run at Canadian Tire, and as well as Glizzy. Glizzy ran top, I believe, 3 in that Canadian Tire race too. So in a position where he needs a win, that could also shake up the field with Captain Jack having that win and then Sikkim with the suspension. But we're going to wrap things up there, and thank you, Slick, for joining the booth. Thank you, everyone, for keeping this green throughout the whole way. Hopefully shouldn't see a big incident report, but shout out to the truck drivers, and I'm going to end the stream. So thank you, everyone, for joining, and we'll see you tomorrow for Bristol.